Tim Anderson is back, and he opens the homestand at shortstop as the Sox take on the Blue Jays. Number 7's first game since May the 30th, and it comes here at home against a very good Toronto side that swept the Sox in Ontario a couple of weeks ago. Lance Lynn on the mound, his second start of the year, and he faces our old nemesis, Jose Berrios, late of the Minnesota Twins, now of Toronto, and he's pitched very well the last couple of starts. Jason Benetti, Steve Stone along with you. Thank you for joining us once again. And Tim Anderson being back typically really pumps up the offense.
And normally it's a big story. But tonight it's a real big story, brought to you by Mattress Firm. It's the return of Tim Anderson in game number 65. So as you can see, when Tim gets a hit, the Sox are very good. When Tim gets multiple hits, the Sox are very good. When Tim scores a run, they're exceptionally good. When he has a run batted in, they're tremendously good. And when he hits a home run, they're ridiculously good. All things considered, with Tim playing, the Sox are a whole lot better than when he doesn't. And hopefully he's back to stay, because this offense can need him. And that's the move that made it possible. Yoan Moncada. He went on the 10-day injured list, retroactive to June 16th. I talked to him about the hamstring. He says feeling better, but not good enough to play. Tim Anderson is playing, and hopefully that lights a fire under this offense.
That is the hope. They've been hitting the ball pretty well over the last 10 games anyway, and we will see what they can do against Toronto tonight. Are you ready to set up this series?
I am as excited as a French when Lindbergh landed.
How excited was that?
Oh, you have no idea.
I don't. I'm 38.
Of Illinois. Choose Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, the card to carry through it all. Ford. The 2022 Ford F-150 is tougher and smarter than ever before. For special offers, visit your local Ford dealer or buyfordnow.com today. Xfinity. Supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi. Unbeatable internet, only from Xfinity. And by Wintrust, home of White Sox checking. Visit wintrust.com/Sox to open today.
We got a lot to do, so let's get right into it. Our Bell Tire Series setup.
We got our big boys in line for this one. It's Berrios and Lynn tonight, then Gausman against Dylan Cease. That comes tomorrow night. And the day game, the finale, Stripling against Lucas Giolito.
Last time we saw Toronto, the Blue Jays won the first game by a run, the second game by 4, and the third game by 5. Couple of close games until the Blue Jays blew it out late.
You want some offense? These two teams are offensive. In fact, the batting average for the month of June, Toronto's number 1 and our White Sox number 2.
I do want some offense. You didn't give me a chance to answer.
Oh,
so there's
sorry.
my answer. You expect that this would be a hard-hitting series. Pretty good hard hit rates between them. The Blue Jays are the best in Major League Baseball.
Well, unfortunately, Vlad Guerrero Jr. has been all everything in June. The slugging percentage is .676. He's hit 8 home runs. He's driven in 17. He's scored 16. You control him, you can somewhat control the Blue Jays.
Question is, will the Blue Jays be able to handle A.J. Pollock? His last 10 games, he has 8 multi-hit games, 9 with a hit at least.
You can't handle him. You can hope to contain him, but he has been red hot.
You're going to do old Sports Center
Exactly
catchphrases
right.
tonight?
From way downtown. Bang.
Sox are trying to make sure they're not as cool as the other side of the pillow. Aloha means goodbye.
I'm out of it. I got nothing left.
You're done?
Go get him.
The tank's empty, but we're just starting. Very happy to be back on the baseball diamond after the injury. In his first game this month of June, about 3 weeks away for TA, and he heads out to his shortstop position. Good sight.
That's a good sight. Lance Lynn going to the mound for his second start. Should be better than the first. He showed a little rust the first time out. Tonight should be better.
Tim taking it all in at shortstop. Fire a baseball, get himself loose, and away we go. Got to get off the field. If you're running the camera, you can't play shortstop with him. It was good work.
No, because that kind of shift they're banning in baseball.
They are.
The
Next year,
8-man infield.
You won't be able to do that next year for many reasons. The Insure on the Spot starting lineup. Get your free auto insurance quote and save in just 2 minutes. at insureonthespot.com. Slugging percentage this month. We told you about Guerrero, but look out for Teoscar Hernandez, who had a big home run to help beat the Yankees in the series finale yesterday.
There is Lance Lynn. Last time out against the Tigers, he gave up 10 hits and 4 1/3. That usually is not him. Normally it's less hits than innings pitched. He showed some ring rust. Didn't walk anybody though. That was a good thing. He fanned 4, and that's what he's going to do. Most of these, by the way, are fastballs. They're just derivatives thereof. A 4-seam fastball. He tops out just below 93. That'll get actually a little bit better. The cutter, he threw 22 last time out. The sinker, 18. Then the curveball and the changeup are not fastballs, but he doesn't use them very much. So depending on how he feels, he's going to move the ball around, use all quadrants. And there are the key matchups. George Springer, when healthy at the top of this lineup, is really difficult to get out. Vlad Guerrero's had a great month of June. Matt Chapman is really struggling, although both of his hits against Lance have been home runs. So we'll take a look at the UI Health defense and how Tony La Russa puts them out there this lovely evening in Chicago. It's AJ, Luis, and Adam in the outfield left to right, with Jake, Tim, Josh, and Jose in the infield. Reese McGuire's got the plate, and Lance Lynn on the hill. This is a very powerful Blue Jay lineup. They just come off of a 10-run explosion against the Yankees, and that's what it looks like tonight. It is hot, but it's great baseball weather.
33% humidity.
That's terrific.
Yeah, feel really good about that. First inning brought to you by Toyota. Southside jerseys, the City Connect jerseys for the Sox, Toronto in the blue, and off we go. Lance Lynn, first pitch. Strike right down the pipe to George Springer.
There's the umpires. Ramon DeJesus has got the plate. The crew chief, Doug Eddings, is at first. Edwin Moscoso is at second, and Lance Barrett is at third.
7-11 first pitch. So the temperature that we had on the screen very much fits the hot. It's 94 at first pitch.
Yeah, but you know what? It's a very manageable 94.
Yeah, you've really become the humidity gauge in this booth. It's a very nice night for baseball, and it's supposed to be very nice sunny weather for the balance of this homestand.
A little warm on Wednesday afternoon. Hopefully the Sox are looking for the sweep, and to do that, you've got to take down a very difficult lineup to face.
George Springer has had a marvelous season. He's got 13 home runs, and he swings through a curveball. Strikeout number 1 for Lance Lynn.
I don't think Lance wanted it there. In fact, I'm pretty sure of it, but this thing just drops out of the zone. You see him on the side of this. It's got that slider spin. It does dip at the end, however. He wanted to keep it away. He didn't get it there, and that one turned into gold.
I was just going to ask you where you thought he wanted it, but you answered it for me already.
Well, he wanted the end result right. What happened?
First pitch, strike to Bo Bichette on a breaking ball. He wanted it right there, right? The last pitch?
Exactly right there.
10 home runs for Bo Bichette, Dante's son, in case you're wondering. Oh, big cut.
Yeah, he leaves nothing to the imagination, and also he can drive the ball to right center field. We'll watch it again. Lance decides he's going to throw that fastball, and he throws it right by him.
He was demolishing the ball last time we saw the Blue Jays 3 weeks ago.
Well, he has a very big swing. I don't think he has a 2-strike approach. I think his approach is hit the ball very hard every time he makes contact.
That's generally worked out well for Toronto as a team.
And his father was a terrific hitter, Dante Bichette. Bo's got a chance to be the equal.
On the ground, third base, Jake Burger playing the role of third baseman with Moncada on the IL and 2 gone in the first. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in his home runs, 17 of them this year, and they have come sometimes in the strike zone.
And occasionally he doesn't mind going inside out of the strike zone. He is a little like his dad, although not quite as expansive. Vlad Sr. would swing everywhere. Vlad Jr. has a big zone, but he'll make some contact like his dad out of the zone, and when he does make contact, it goes a long way.
So what you saw there was from the catcher's perspective. So that type of pitch, middle away, has been very good to him if you elevate it a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, he's got tremendous power. I mean, there's no doubt about his intentions. He's not going to hit 320, but he's going to hit a lot of home runs and drive in some big runs.
High heat from Lance Lynn. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lance had that just short of 5-inning start in Detroit in his first start of the year.
I really love that last pitch to Bichette, because after setting him up with breaking balls away, he went right in on his hands.
Swing and a miss, 1-2.
And Lance has always been one of those guys. I mean, they talk about a guy whose fastball plays up, meaning it looks a whole lot faster than when he releases it. He's throwing 92, 93, but to the hitter and the way the hitter's reacting to it, it actually looks like about 95, 96.
Cutter away. The crowd wanted strike 3. It was not. 2-2. I mean, it's amazing what Lance Lynn can do with all of those, as you called them, fastball derivatives.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, they're all fastball types, but they all look a little different.
Swing and a miss. Well, he sprinkled in some breaking balls to get himself a couple of strikeouts. Like that one.
How about that inning from Lance Lynn? A whole lot better than last time out.
Our City Connect jerseys over in that dugout, and time now for the Insure on the Spot starting lineup. Get your free auto insurance quote and save in just 2 minutes at insureonthespot.com. Tim Anderson's first game since he was injured in the finale against the Cubs in late May, so he hasn't touched a bat in June in a Major League Baseball game. Andrew Vaughn, then Robert and Abreu follow him in the top 4 now.
Jose Barrios on for the 14th start. His ERA above 4.5. As you can see, he's got very good control, very good command with all of his pitches. Left-handers have hurt him a little bit more. His 14th fastball tops out around 94.
There's a sinker for Tim Anderson for a strike, so he starts with the fastball he uses less.
And there's the curveball that comes next, along with his sinker and changeup.
He's got that little hesitation going in his delivery now.
I think he's realizing, and he started as a very young pitcher in this league, that he needs some deception. Tim Anderson, 9 for 36. Jose Abreu has hit him very well, including 3 home runs. Likely to hit another one tonight.
Likely to hit another one tonight, you just said.
Yeah, I think that we will see that. Let's hope that's the case.
Wow. You're back from the road, raring to go. You were live tweeting the game last night. Now you got calls to make in the first inning.
Yeah, I had last night was fun. It was something that I had never really done before, being at the game and tweeting about it.
Sitting next to the scribes, the great beat writers.
I mean, it was unbelievable how hard they worked.
1-2, base hit to right. That's a good welcome for Tim Anderson the opposite way with the leadoff single. Welcome back, T.A.
Rios gets a little careless with this one. It's on the outer third of the plate, and Tim just reaches out, drives it into right field. And there is no doubt when he gets on to start off an inning, he has a tendency to score. And that could be part of the lift that this team needs against a very tough Toronto team.
Tim has got to lead the league in first inning base hits to right field for his last couple of years.
I mean, guys keep staying away from him. If they do that, that's where he's going to go with it.
Throw to first.
I would think he would want to feel his way back before he starts stealing some bases. That was a very big part of his game, but coming back from a groin injury, you want to make sure you're 100% for a few games.
I got to tell you, I just said to the truck, we have a button where I can talk to the truck, and it kills my mic on the air.
That's a truck button.
It's a talk back button, not the truck button. How long you been doing TV?
8-10 hours.
I said, guys, there's a glow on the screen on our center field camera, and an unnamed person in the truck said, it's the sun. Andrew Vaughn pumps this to center field. A long way to go for Springer. Tim Anderson on his way home, and that is the beginning you love to have with Tim back in the lineup. It's 1-0 Sox.
This is RBI number 30, and this is a hanging slider. It just stays right there. Andrew Vaughn into a shift where they played him around, as you can see, toward right center field. Well, that orb out there in center field, that shining thing, illustrates that there is indeed sun, and it's even sunnier now with the Sox on top 1-0. Looks like a warranty to me.
Hey, I think you're right, Steve. Oh, yes, that's Sox Double, brought to you by Elgin Hyundai, home of Lookout, the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Only available at Elgin Hyundai. See elginhyundai.com. It's one first inning, but it is remarkable what adding Tim Anderson to this lineup seems to do.
Well, you'd have to believe. I mean, this is a catalyst for the lineup. When Tim is hitting, the lineup just does a whole lot better. And starting out with that usual base hit clears the way for Andrew Vaughn to drive him in. Vaughn in the 2 spot seems to really like it there.
Tim, by the way, is just going to carry the bat along with him, hoping that he gets another shot here in the first inning. 2-1 to Luis Robert, and the Sox have had a couple of hit streaks. One went by the wayside yesterday with Danny Mendick. Luis still on a 10-game string for himself.
Yeah, he's been red hot, and it's only a matter of time till he starts to hit the ball out of the ballpark, because he's feeling pretty good about his at-bats, and he had some very good ones.
6 players in Major League Baseball have had 2 or more 10-game hit streaks this year, and you're looking at one of them. 6 guys.
Pretty amazing. It doesn't seem like a whole lot when you realize who you're facing on a daily basis. Our UI held defense, and this is how Charlie Montoyo puts them out there with Tapia, Springer, and Hernandez in the outfield left to right. Then Chapman, Bichette, Espinal, and Biggio in the infield. Gabe Moreno has got the plate, and Jose Barrios on the hill. Gabe just got shaken up on the last pitch.
To third base. Chapman snares it and throws for out number 1. How good is he over there?
Well, look, I know that he is really scuffling in the early going with that bat, but he's got an elite glove and one of the best arms in baseball. So Matt Chapman going to his left. Actually, this ball is behind him by the time he gets to it. Then he guns it across, and no chance for a very fast Luis Robert to beat this out. That took a high hop. Chapman stayed right with it and made the play.
One down for Andrew Vaughn at second, and Abreu at the plate. Tim Anderson already in, and a 1-0 Sox lead. And an early attack on a foul ball from a fastball. A lot of games against Barrios. Recently, the Sox have been good.
Yeah, I mean, the first few times we saw him in a Minnesota uniform, he just was lights out. Throwing all strikes with his breaking ball, never getting behind. And lately, although he's striking out a few more, he's not winning.
Sometimes that's his fault. Sometimes it's not.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's still a very good pitcher. They got him in a deal, and they're really happy. He's one of the mainstays in this rotation. They lost Ryu, and that's a big loss for them because he's a left-hander that they will not have the rest of this year. Ross Stripling is getting an opportunity now each and every day to enter the rotation, and he's a pretty good one.
They're getting great work from Alek Manoah, who did just lose to the Yankees 4-0. But when we saw him in Toronto, he was real good again.
Well, he's had magnificent stuff. I mean, he's a big, strong guy. The stuff can be overwhelming. And the Blue Jays have done a very nice job of not only developing their own players, but going out and selecting guys that fit into their organization very well.
That's a sinker in, and Jose decided not to leave it to chance.
Well, that's normally a pitch that he takes to right field. He's got as good an inside-out stroke as anybody on the field right now. and there is a gap on the right side. Biggio is playing well wide of the bag and off the line. You've got Espinal, who's a wizard with the glove, playing pretty much up the middle.
Just burying baseballs inside to Abreu, the sinker, then the changeup, last two.
Well, look, occasionally, after making a succession of very good pitches, you get a little careless and leave one out over the plate. That's what Jose is looking for.
You see the chain that says VSD for Jose Berrios. Those are the initials of each of his three kids, the first initial of each of his three children around his neck. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball. We've seen that sweeping breaking ball quite a bit in his history, and now we will show you our live odds presented by PointsBet with A.J. Pollock coming to the plate. He's been a multi-hit guy recently a bunch, and he's plus 200 tonight.
To get at least 2 hits, not that easy in the major leagues to get at least 2 hits, but it's only at plus 200. Normally you would think it would be plus 3, maybe more.
He's done it so much recently.
I mean, he's been stinging it very well, staying with everything.
They're losing money hand over fist on A.J. Pollock multi-hit games. Slugging up to 403 for A.J. 0-1. Fouled away. 0-2. Seen a bunch of foul balls in this first inning. When you were pitching, what did that mean to you?
Well, number one, the stuff isn't quite good enough to get it by the hitters, which means you're probably going to throw more pitches than you would like. The guys with wipeout stuff, you're not going to foul the ball off too much. You're just going to swing and miss it. And I also think, I mean, they're at the point now in this first inning, they're doing what they want to with Berrios. The minimum is going to be 22 pitches because there's 2 outs. He's at 21 pitches. Maybe you work a couple more, but you certainly would love to get him out of there relatively early. Normally he is an innings eater.
Downstairs, he thought he had strike 3. Now, Berrios on opening day didn't get out of the first inning. It was the shortest start of his career. He threw 34 pitches in that first inning. But his last 3 starts have been very much the guy that we saw early in his career against the Sox.
Yeah, the ERA around 2.5. But normally, when he's entirely right, he's going to take the ball and he's going to give you a lot of innings.
Right side and foul toward the Toronto dugout. And the camera well over there. A little souvenir for one of our camera folks.
A nice crowd here on this beautiful night.
You're talking about the crowd in the camera well for a second.
There's a big crowd in the camera well.
Handing out money down there?
Seemingly.
Yeah. Two and two. On the ground to third. It's Chapman again. He goes across the diamond on a low throw, but Biggio's there for the final out of the first inning. It's 1-0 Sox with a beautiful glow. All-in challenge, and part of that was the opportunity to be in the broadcast booth with us as an analyst, and our winner is Bill Heilenbach from Riverside.
Hey everyone.
How you doing, Bill?
I'm doing great. How are you guys today?
Welcome to our humble abode here.
It's a tight abode, but happy to be here.
It is that, and we are happy to see you. I will just step out. I'll be back about the 8th. Relax, enjoy yourself. No, I'll be here.
You brought cookies for everybody,
I
Stoney.
did.
We got it, yeah. So, Bill, thank you for joining us, and we're going to have some fun here. Huh? You're a big baseball fan, big Sox fan, right?
Huge Sox fan. Off to a great start.
Yeah, I mean, you got to run. Now you got to keep the lead.
Well, I believe that the key to it is making Berrios pitch a lot of pitches. Get that.
Steve just said that. How about that?
Certainly one of the things you'd like to do, preferably between innings.
Don't laugh. It just encourages him. 1-2 on Teoscar Hernandez. So we were talking a little bit earlier. Frank Thomas, your favorite Sox player, you had mentioned.
Yep,
before.
absolutely. Yeah.
The 1-2 on the ground to third. This is Berger on a backhand. He regathers and he's not going to get him. So Teoscar Hernandez going down the line is safe on what I believe will be E5 against Berger.
Yeah, I wish Berger would just move his feet a little bit better, get in front of the ball, and make the play.
Steve,
well,
you agree?
Unfortunately, and I think you're right. Jake has a tendency to want to backhand the ball when it's close to the middle of his body. He's one of the few third basemen to try that, and I think he's showing you why very few of them do it. You have to absorb the baseball, and right now he's not doing that.
So 1 on, nobody out for Raimel Tapia, who came over from Colorado. He checks his swing. Another one of these Blue Jays hitters that's hitting the ball very well recently.
Yeah, they all are starting to hit the ball really well. I'd really love to see a nice double play up the middle.
That's the thing about the shift, right? It's a different pivot situation just about every time you've got a shift. So Tim Anderson is playing on the right side of the infield, and he's going to have to be the pivot guy, basically.
Yep. Yep. Hopefully it's hit right to him, so we just do a quick, easy turnaround on that double play.
Bill, isn't it amazing, by the way, we talk about something and our director, Andrew Blaustein, shows it to us immediately.
He's very good.
Very sharp.
They're going to have to be very quick because Tapia is really fast.
A line-out double play. Would you take that?
To first base, absolutely. That would be perfect. That would be perfect.
2 balls and a strike for Tapia. You got Hernandez at first, Espinal coming up next. And the Sox up 1-0. If you just joined us, Andrew Vaughn had himself an RBI double as batter number 2 in this ball game. 2-1 to Tapia, and that's hit well to left field. Pollock is back at the track, and we told you Toronto can hit home runs. Raimel Tapia goes deep, and it is 2-1 Blue Jays.
Yeah, it looks like he left that pitch out over the plate, and Tapia just took it right out to left. It's a nice hit. Really good hit.
Tell you what, Steve, you cannot make mistakes against this Blue Jay team.
No, and Tapia has become a different hitter since coming to the Blue Jays. Our forward home run replay, and that one is up and out over the plate. It's an off-speed pitch. It looks like a changeup. He's able to take it the other way, but he was a slap hitter in Colorado, taking advantage of those spacious dimensions. Now, since he's come to a team where everybody hits home runs, he's joining in the party.
Bill, have you ever traveled to follow the Sox?
I have followed them down to St. Louis when they played down there, and I've gone to Kansas City once. So,
okay.
Yeah. So two good places. I love the Royal Stadium.
Yeah, it's very nice, right?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
How long you been a Sox fan?
I'm going to say 57 years since I was born.
Nice.
Didn't have a choice.
Nice drive. Yeah, it is a nice play. Tim Anderson is right on it for out number 1. Good to have Tim back in the lineup.
Oh, it's great to have Tim back in the lineup. And again, he's the gas that makes his engine go. And you showed it in the first inning with the hit. Really happy to have him back.
Well, you just see it in the dugout, right? You see the energy he brings. You see what he does teammate-wise in bringing that energy.
It's contagious. You know, people build on it all across the board.
Chapman swings through strike number 1.
I know you've been to a lot of games, and you're a season ticket holder and have been for a while. What's the most entertaining aspect of coming to the game as a fan?
So I would say the most entertaining thing is to see it live. And again, if you get close enough to get and see how large and strong and fast the players are, it's just amazing. It's you know, you really get appreciation for the athletes and them.
If you've ever gotten the chance, have you gotten to be behind home plate, like pretty close up watching pitchers work?
Yeah, both my kids are pitchers, so I spend a lot of time behind home plate.
I mean, when you watch a major league pitcher, you know, especially at this level, but even any pitcher at any level, and you see how the ball dances, I think the appreciation for trying to hit a pitch like there, right? It's middle, and you swing through it.
Yeah. It's the difference in levels as you keep going up. It's your ability to make the ball move and control. I mean, it's great to throw it as hard as you can, but you have to throw it for strikes.
2-2 from Lynn. That's in the air, first base side, and Jose Abreu makes a catch. 2 gone. Here's a guy that I think we're all very interested in seeing. Moreno, the catcher, young catcher, just up to the major leagues for the first time, and they are loaded at this position.
Yeah, they certainly are. Kirk is a great catcher. I haven't heard much about Gabriel, but I'm sure that his stat line there is pretty impressive off to the start.
Yeah, that'll do. He's 8 for his first 19. Just 22 years old, out of Venezuela. And to get Kirk out of the lineup after the way he's hit is quite the trick as well.
And combine both of the catchers that now make up the catching duo, under $100,000 to sign both of them together, even though Kirk came out of Mexico and Moreno came out of Venezuela.
Nice pitch, nice four-seam fastball right there.
Got to get yourself a strike. 1-1 to Moreno. Here it is. Hit the glove. It looks so easy, right?
Yeah, piece of cake. How can you not swing at that? Come on, Gabriel, you're better than that.
Now that Chicago's coming out a little bit, I got a little Riverside there. 1 ball, 1 strike from Lance Lynn to Moreno. Back to Lance. A spry right-hander off the mound. For round number 3, the Jays do take the lead though on the 2-run homer for Tapia. Get a look at the crowd. Taking in a warm spell here in Chicago, over 90 degrees at game time here. Grab a drink, grab a baseball. Bill Heilenbach joins us, part of the Fanatics All-In Challenge. How are you enjoying yourself your first half inning?
It's great, nerve-wracking, but you guys are cradling me like a baby through all this. I appreciate it.
Well, now that you're a veteran, I mean, there's no doubt that you're just going to ease right into it. You never know, you might go to broadcasting camp. It's really nice.
Are you going to have one of those?
Yeah.
Do they have those?
Oh, they do. Yeah.
0-1 pitch popped up back of home. We got to get you a foul ball in here is what we got to get you, Bill.
Well, I hope that I do get a foul ball in here. I hope I don't swear when it comes in as well.
I would think that getting a foul ball up here would be difficult at best because they don't come back softly.
You mentioned earlier both of your sons were pitchers. One of your sons is here tonight.
That's correct.
Tell us about your kids.
Okay, so my oldest son is Steven.
Yep.
He played baseball. He played at Illinois State. Had a great career there. My other son, Sam, who's in the booth with me, he went to Wisconsin Whitewater. He was also a pitcher, and he also had a great career there. It's just great to see them play baseball, and I'll tell you, that's one thing I miss the most is not being able to watch them play.
Well, you coached them, so what was the most important thing you told 2 fledgling pitchers?
Throw strikes.
Don't give up base hits to right, huh?
Well, I think that when they make that decision on the shift, that's going to really change how baseball is played in terms of helping the batters. Okay, here you see the pitch coming in, and Jake takes it to right. You know, on the game on Saturday, the Sox did that quite often. That was a huge way for them to get past her.
Yeah, it is nice to see. I mean, you said it. Both your sons pitch. You played baseball as well. To watch hitters do what the pitch allows them to, right?
Yep. Take it where it's pitched.
1 on, nobody out for Reese McGuire. I could see it on your face. You were talking about your sons, how much you miss watching them pitch. Why was that so important to you? Father's Day being yesterday.
Father's Day being yesterday. When you see someone it's pure joy and happiness, and that's what you see. I mean, both of them have won state titles, one summer league, one the actual state title during the season, and you know, you just see all the work that they put in, and it pays off. It's kind of like the end of the movie Rudy. He gets his goal.
In the air, left center field is Springer calling off Tapia, and one down. Adam Engel coming up with Berger over at first.
Is it more stressful? I mean, you coached both of these young men coming up. I know as a young man yourself, you played baseball. Is it more stressful when you have to watch your sons going out there trying to do what you know is really difficult to do?
Yeah, it's when they get to that next level and when they started off in college, watching them come into the game, you literally are on every single pitch. You just like, please let it be a strike. Come on, and it was great. It's just rewarding because it's not so much them, and again, it was their own fraternity going to college and playing baseball.
You know, I know this day is important to you. Why is the game so important to you, and being here so important to you?
Being here, it's just brings back a lot of memories. I mean, you think about when my parents would take me to the game, and when I first won this opportunity, my goal was to bring my dad to the game, and as the 2 years of COVID kind of hurt us, he's at home watching the game, and but I would have loved to have been him able to have this kind of experience himself. He's such a huge White Sox fan.
In the air, left field, Tapia going back now, scrambling to the track, and he makes the catch. So two down. What's your dad's name?
It's Jim Highland.
What's the best thing about Jim Heilenbach?
The best thing about Jim Heilenbach, the day after Father's Day, I would say that generosity and his love. I mean, it's unconditional, and he's just a great guy. And my mom's awesome because she supports him. They're a great couple, 87 and 86.
I love that.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's fantastic to have them around and to continue to learn from them, you know.
And you get to celebrate a Father's Day with 3 generations, and maybe soon a 4th, because your youngest son is going to get married.
Yes, he is. He's getting married to his high school sweetheart.
Does she know about it? Because he's looking a little aghast up there.
No, she knows about it. He just often forgets. Get up. Come on.
Harrison in the air to left field. Tapia is back at the track,
yes.
And Harrison gets it up and out of here for Bill and a lead.
There we go. Harrison took that high pitch and took it out to left center field. Great job.
You got a little hawk in you, I feel like. I think you got that thing out of here.
Look at this pitch. Perfect. Little up, little curveball hanging. And he deposits it in the left field stands.
Well, that was a wonderful call by you, but our sponsors would like the Ford home run replay.
Steve will take care of the sponsor portion of the program. What's it like for you? You watch Sox games all the time, and now you're the one talking about them.
It's surreal. It really is. I mean, I know that there's a lot of my friends are listening, and I'm sure I'm going to get, a lot of grief for it, but it's worth it every second.
Well, I think your son is too. He had that mostly smile when Steve was talking about his impending marriage. The I can't do anything about this because I don't have a headset smile.
Yeah,
is what I see on the stairs.
It's only 3 headsets for this family.
There he is.
He is the odd man out.
Wave, Sam, you're out there.
Awesome.
I'm sorry, ladies, he's taken.
1 ball and 1 strike for Tim Anderson, and a foul ball to the right side. It is 1-2 to TA, who singled and scored in the first.
I was able to watch batting practice today, and TA was certainly working to the right side a lot with all of his swings. So it was nice to see him get that hit in the first inning.
How many times have we seen that?
Yeah.
1-2. Up and in, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, also what happens is you shoot the ball enough times to right, then they start to come inside. That's really a ball that Tim can hit out of the ballpark. And so, hitters, they do guess on occasion, and we'll see what Barrios decides to do with Tim here.
To shortstop, Bichette. Bill, take us to break. We got a home run here that you need to narrate.
Okay. There we go. Hanging the curveball. Great swing by Josh. He knew it was out. 3-2 for the Sox. Okay, the last series in Houston had Chuck and Ozzie reminiscing about the 2005 World Series team. On the latest episode of the White Sox Talk podcast, Ozzie shares untold stories from the postseason run and hear who he says is the most underappreciated player on the team.
That is a good promo read by Bill Heilenbach. Well done. Got a popped up bunt, and McGuire makes the catch.
One pitch, one out. You gotta love that.
By the way, an exceptional promo read, and if you want to come down, I mean, the rest of the game, I have no problem allowing you to take over the promo aspect of our show. Yeah, in fact, I don't know. I mean, keep doing it. You'll be known as Promo Bill. You'll go home and, hey, Promo Bill, how you doing?
Oh, that sounds like a great new nickname.
Promo Bill. Look, I got to tell everybody out there, it is not easy to sit down here and be comfortable and do what you just did. Like, we did not show you that script beforehand, and you just burned through it like you'd done it before. So you're awesome. Well done.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm sure my wife is surprised that I can actually read a whole paragraph in one sitting.
Not to mention the fact that you got 2 White Sox runs in the second. That was pretty good.
Let's keep it going, boys.
George Springer struck out in the first inning. Line drive right field, and Adam Engel will have to play it off the ground. It's a 1-out single for Springer. You want to take us through Springer's base hit here?
So Springer again pushes it to the right side. Great hit. I also appreciate Adams' defensive play. It kind of short hopped him, but he kept it right in front of him. Makes it look easy.
Third inning brought to you by Hyundai, by the way. Steve, I do my own promos over here. I apologize.
You did an exceptional job. I mean,
the first thing I said, by the way, when Bill did the promo was, why do you get to do Steve's promo? Now I'm going to have 15 of them later.
Not yours. No. I mean, you're so good at promo reading.
Thank you, Steve.
Rest of your game has some holes, but promos, you're the best.
Bill, do you remember your first Sox game?
Boy, probably my first Sox game was when the Little League would take you out to the ball game once at the end of the year, and we would be up in the right field stands, and at the old Comiskey Park, the concourse had all those cut-throughs on the ramps, and those are probably the games I remember most. And my dad was a coach of the team, so he would definitely take us out.
So your dad coached you, and you coach your sons.
Right.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's lucky. And again, you know, each of them has their own stories. I remember my dad once was yelling for one of the players to get up to bat, and he was at the concession stand eating a hot dog. And it's just, you know, corralling the kids and making them better. That's what it's all about.
You learn a lot from this game, can't you?
Yeah.
1-2. Bichette snaps it foul.
Threw him a breaking ball, and so usually this is about the time you say, you know, if he throws him an inside fastball here, he grounds it to the left side, maybe a double play and out of the inning.
You know, I was just thinking about maybe a nice inside pitch.
Yeah.
It could really help turn that double play. Lance is a ground ball pitcher, that's for sure. So let's hope he gets it this time. Or a high four-seam fastball.
Yeah, or that.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a ground ball, not a ground batter.
There's the four-seam fastball. I think it clocked in at 94. It's really good. He's got the pace, but let's keep it on the inside half.
Do it for Bill, Lance. 2-2. Check swing on a cutter.
Yep,
he did
was.
go. Yeah, he did. Bichette doesn't agree with Ramon De Jesus, the plate umpire, or you, Bill.
Nope, he wins. He knows he did. Here you go. You can see it on the angle. Definitely went.
You got him going for sure?
I got him going for sure.
Oh, I think it's 110%. He'd have hit that out of the park if he made contact.
He would not have.
So, Jason, are you saying that it wasn't a strike?
I'm saying if you're asking me what a check swing is, I have no idea ever. And you know, everybody knows that. There's no rule.
It's definitely up for interpretation.
It is. Hey, when you were coaching your sons, did you ever get into it with an umpire?
Unfortunately, yes, I did get it in with an umpire. And as a now more mature adult, I kind of wish that I didn't get into it. But again, it's competitive spirit.
Yeah, you want your kids to win, right?
Did you ever get the boot?
Yes, I did.
They asked you to leave?
They asked me nicely to leave, and I agreed to leave. And it was, you know, Sam's there. He's like, yeah, it was my game. But in my defense, I was right and he was wrong. So there's.
Well, that's clear then.
Of course.
So
how could he?
And he's not here to defend himself, so jump on it.
They have a really tough job, and we
Yes,
all know
they
that.
do.
But you get caught up in the heat of the moment, and stuff happens.
You absolutely do, and you know, especially, you know, Sam used to be a catcher, and you know, he, you know, framed the pitch, and I think it's a strike, and then if it happens a couple times, he looks over at me like, "Are you gonna say something?" And I would oblige.
Oh, so you were doing it for Sam?
I was
wanted
doing
you
it
to say
for
something.
Sam. Yes, it wasn't for me; it was more for him.
Did you teach him framing?
Actually, the White Sox Academy did.
Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. I had both kids there.
There's Sam. Stop baiting your father into getting into it with an umpire.
Nice looking uni.
That's a great jersey.
Yeah.
You were talking to Sam about that before the game.
Yeah, home jersey that I wore when I got here in '73. Powder blues on the road and white pinstripes.
That's not a bad idea. 3-0 to Guerrero there.
All right. Yeah, you definitely don't want to give him something to hit. Get him on. Let's go to the next batter. Who is that? It's Hernandez, I believe.
It is Hernandez, who reached on that error in the second inning.
He had a big 3-run homer against the Yankees, and he can get awfully hot. I mean, despite the fact only 6 home runs, 24 driven in, he was hurt this year. But when he's healthy and clicking on all cylinders, this is a much better lineup.
Okay, we got 2 out. Let's just pump up the strikes and get it on the ground.
Looking for a ground ball with Hernandez. He hit one last time. And Lance kind of yanking his pitch's arm side here.
I think it's pretty difficult to spend most of the year on the shelf, as he did. Then you come back. This, for all intents and purposes, is his spring training.
Yeah.
I mean, he had his rehab stints, but that's still in the minor leagues. It's completely different. You come to the major leagues, and only his second start, so he's not going to have that great rhythm just yet.
You can tell on his first start that he struggled the first inning, but then he really fought back to finish out his, I think, 5 innings. Good.
Got a strike there.
Cutter on the outside corner. Nice to see. It was a generous corner, as we like to say.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, a little bit. A little generous.
See, Reese framed just like Sam. See?
Got the job done.
It worked. It definitely worked. Pump it inside.
Well, he's in 2 balls and a strike. If you can get him to swing at that, you probably get your ground ball.
That would be nice. So, Jason, what's the best part of working with Steve?
Did he plant that question?
Yes, he did.
Yes.
I figured as
I gave
much.
him $10.
What is happening here? The best part of working with Steve. Oh, there are so many. No, the best part of working with Steve is honestly, truly, when we first met, we had dinner, and it was like 3 hours of, we got to do this. Well, I want to work with this guy. It is so fun. We have such similar senses of humor. We're a lot alike in ways that neither of us want to admit. But it's a joy every day to come to the park and talk baseball with him. It really is.
Well, White Sox fans are lucky. Nice pitch.
There you go.
There we go. Not a ground ball, but we'll take it.
Look, it's a fastball, but it cuts so much.
Missed it by a foot. Rate. Did you know there's an easier way to consolidate your high interest debt?
No.
Yes.
Come on, visit rate.com today to catch all your action on the field. Secure your spot with a ticket. Package full and partial plans are available.
Bill, that was awesome. And let me say this, I was scanning Twitter during the break.
Okay.
And don't cringe here, as this is a line drive into
Nice
center
shot.
field. And it's a base hit for Andrew Vaughn. He can really hit.
Yes, he can. He's doing great this year. And so each Andrew's first hit, same spot. But you notice the defense did not adjust at all. But they weren't even going to catch this ball anyway. But hands in, takes it right up the middle.
There's your alignment here.
Yep.
Springer was in the same spot as he was in the first at bat.
Yep. Yep. And that's when Vaughn got the double.
So this from Twitter, Bobby says, is this Bill guy on White Sox Twitter? He's not a bad announcer. Fantastic. Will Bill be making it? Oh boy!
Get up and out of here.
Luis Robert tattoos a baseball. It's a beautiful sound, isn't it, Bill?
And it was unbelievable.
How quick do you think that got off the bat?
Well, knowing what I know, and when we see this replay, the exit velocity 113. This is a home run replay by Ford, or a Ford home run replay, as we like to call it.
Either way, right? In the biz, we call it that.
He knew it too, didn't he?
Yep, crushed it.
Bill, I was just about to say, I got a bunch of tweets that say, Bill is awesome. You guys better watch your jobs. He's a natural. This is from DBH 1127. People are loving you. The fan they have guest announcing with Steve and Jason on the Sox broadcast is pretty good. I mean,
I'll take pretty good any day.
Here's the thing. Here's why I said that. When Twitter calls you pretty good, that means you're amazing. Twitter doesn't like anything.
No, that's true. And the fact that everybody that tweeted in has the last name of Heilenbach, I think this is rigged personally, but nice job. Good foresight.
All four of my friends that have Twitter are tweeting away right now.
2 balls and a strike on Abreu.
Boy, this is something. So, Jason, I asked you a question last time.
Please.
Where to go. Steve, what do you like best about broadcasting with Jason?
Oh boy.
Well,
Can't say to give the same answer.
no, I can't give the same answer. You know, from the first time we had dinner together,
Oh boy.
and
It was
you know,
unbelievable.
if I didn't pay, we'd still be sitting there. And this was years ago.
See, that's
And you know, so
the
but-
guy has a stake in restaurants and then criticizes people for not paying at his own restaurants.
No, actually, I'll tell you what it is, and it's pretty easy because he's the most prepared guy that I've ever seen.
Other than Matt Chapman.
Yeah, that was a great play by Chapman. Took it on the short hop.
No, and I think the great part about it from my standpoint is that I know that Jason has a story and information on every one of these players. And if this goes through 5 or 6 different turns over the lineup, he still has stories. It frees me up to do what I really like to do, which is analyze baseball and explain to the fans why something happened, what should happen ahead of time, or all the things that an analyst would love to do. And so I think we complement one another, and I think we have from the beginning. So that part of it was really good. But I will make this standing offer to you. Anytime you want to come up, you know, sit in for, I don't know, a homestand, 2, something along those lines. Come on up.
You'll just get rid of me?
No, I'll go.
Is that what
Jason,
you're- Oh, I
Jason,
see.
you know, Bill and I are both analysts. We need a play-by-play guy.
Here's what I love Bill's laugh. You have a great laugh.
Thank you. It is very unique, I guess. Stop making me laugh.
Well, not in this booth. I can tell so clearly how much you love the game of baseball and what it means to you.
Yeah, it absolutely does. So Chapman's cleaning up on the left-hand side. So one thing I do want to say about this whole experience, and winning the thing with Fanatics, it was awesome and better than I can ever imagine. But it's my wife. My wife, again said, go ahead and bid on it. It's on your bucket list. This is something that you want to do. So, definitely want to call out to Nita and say thank you for being with me and hanging in with me and always supporting me.
Well, I know you realize this, but getting an opportunity to do this is something that most people just dream about. You're getting to live that dream, and you've done a great job here. And we've had fun with you. I think that your appreciation for the game is contagious. We didn't know what to expect. I don't know if you knew what to expect from us. We certainly didn't know what to expect from you, but it's worked out better than our wildest dreams to have part of your family here and for you to experience this. I have to believe this has got to be one of the highlights for you from a long time.
Oh, it absolutely is. This is amazing. And I also have to mention one other person in the family.
Sure.
And that's my daughter, Katie. She's here with us at the game. She's in her first year out of Illinois State. She's got an accounting degree, and she works at Sikich, and she's a hard worker and just a beautiful young girl. Very happy, very blessed.
That's awesome. 2 outs, but where'd you meet your wife?
I met her at school. I went to Eastern Illinois, and she worked in an office. Good eye by Jake Berger, getting the walk. And I got the looks of Shrek, but the personality of a famous comedian.
That Sox Walk presented by Felco. Here's what I love, I think, most of those last couple moments, other than the Shrek line, is in the middle of that story, you said great walk by Jake Berger. It was like you'd done baseball for years. You interrupted the story for a moment to tell us what was happening, and you got right back to the story. That's like professional baseball announcer stuff. One strike on McGuire here. 5-2 Sox. Your plus minus is great here, Bill. You've done a number on the Blue Jays.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's hope this is Springer. Nice shot.
To left.
Good thing.
It did. Base hit for McGuire, and the Sox may not be done.
This is great.
Well, there's one more thing that's coming up that you will appreciate is the Guaranteed Rate Club and the food that's down there.
Nice inside out pitch. Again, taking it the opposite way. Head down. Textbook.
Really is. He's been a nice addition to the Sox.
Yeah, I love his defense. It's great. He's a great addition.
So McGuire at first, Berger at second, Engel coming to the plate, and the Sox with 2 home runs in the ball game.
Pete Walker going to the mound. He wants a word with Barrios. And for the most part, if you're a manager of the Toronto Blue Jays, you might be a little more patient with your pitcher, knowing that your team can really score. I mean, if their team was run challenged, you get down 3 and you're looking to go the bullpen. Not with the Blue Jays. Charlie Montoyo has certainly the luxury of having a high-powered offense.
Engel on the ground at third. It's Chapman who looks off second and throws him out at first base. Bill Heilenbach, such a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you could make it, and I'm glad you did. You get to live out a lifetime dream.
It certainly was. You guys made it very, very special. Thank you so much.
Let's listen to your call on the way out.
Okay. There it is. Up.
Awesome job, Bill. Fourth inning brought to you by the Village of Bedford Park. Sox have a 5-2 lead over Toronto. Steve, I gotta say, that was a really good time.
Well, I think it was something that there's no doubt Bill will never forget. A lot of people viewing him tonight realize how special this really is, and I think it worked out really well. It's nice that his family could be here to see it, and that they all as a family enjoyed a very special night.
Yeah, really cool thing. Bob tweets, not a fan of a three-man booth, but Jason Benetti, Steve Stone, and White Sox fan Bill are entertaining.
White Sox fan Bill.
Yeah.
He didn't like that.
Love it.
Yeah, I mean, quite obviously a huge fan of baseball and the White Sox. And the fact that he coached both of his sons and they both went on to play college baseball is really a testament to Bill and his ability to lead some young men down a pretty good path.
Yeah, and you know, like, this game does a lot for a lot of people, Steve.
There is no doubt it touches many fans. And nice tweet by Diz, keep him in the booth until they lose. We go on a 10-game winning streak, Bill's got to move.
We got all sorts of Bills.
he's got to rent a place downtown.
Two strikes on top of you. If Toronto somehow comes back in this game, people are going to be clamoring for Bill.
Yeah, we want more Bill. Less of you, more of Bill.
Less of you, more. Sound like Sutcliffe. 0-2 to Raimel Tapia from Lance Lynn. I got one follow-up tweet to share with you in a moment. 1-2. It's in the dirt. 2-2. So Bobby tweets, fortunately Robert demolished that ball, but it was right as Jason Benetti asked Bill my question, so we'll never know if Bill's on Twitter. LOL. Bill is not on Twitter.
Not yet.
No, he will be soon.
Yeah.
Two and two for Tapia. He reaches out and fouls it away.
This is still a relentless lineup. I mean, you're out there on the mound, you find yourself with what appears to be a nice lead at 5-2. In reality, this lineup will jump up and get you. So you got to keep making pitch after pitch. We don't know how many Lance has in this, just his second start, but we'll see how far he can take this.
To first, that was a scorcher, and Abreu holds the line. One down. Here's your Sox Math winner, who's got a big set of shoes to fill after Bill.
Hello, Sox fans. With the warm weather, our bats
and our math skills
are heating up. Welcome back, Tim, and back to you, Jason and Steve.
Teamwork.
That was really good. Very nice choreography, bouncing off one another. I thought it was terrific.
Here's your question.
Really?
You got it?
Yeah, sure. Take the number of games during his homestand and then
all the other stuff. Carlos Lee has a birthday today. Happy birthday, El Caballo.
Very nice. He could really hit.
He could really. He was one of those guys, he got up to the plate and you're like, okay, if I'm sitting in the bleachers, I got a shot here.
Yeah, he could hit.
I was not the happiest guy as a kid when Carlos Lee left the Sox. I liked Carlos Lee.
Well, I know exactly how you felt.
How?
Exactly how I felt when a gentleman by the name of Rocky Colavito left, at the time, the Indians.
Really?
Yeah, it was it. All the air went out of the balloon. They traded him for Harvey Keene. A nice man, certainly, but he was a singles hitter. They traded a home run hitter for a singles hitter, and I just hated it.
On the ground at third, Berger gets around it and throws him out.
Follow our Sox Insiders at NBCSportsChicago.com, presented by Nationwide agent Jeff Vukovich. Get to enjoy knowing the Vuk as much as you do the jingle at JeffVuk.com. Bring back Bill. Because Nationwide is on your side. See,
that was good.
With or without Bill, we hit it right on the money.
I was waiting for my cue. I thought you weren't going to say because, and my brain broke.
Uh-oh. I got it in there, though.
You did. Snuck it in right under the wire. I'm very happy for Bill that the Sox took the lead while Bill was here, because Bill doesn't need what happened to Pat McGann that one time when Chris Sale gave up some runs. He's still hearing about it.
No, that's true. Yeah, Sox fans have long memories.
Oh, 1 to Chapman. A little bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike. I just got a text from a friend that says, we got to listen to just you and Steve now.
I know, it's really depressing.
Yeah, it's tough. 2 balls and a strike for Chapman. Joe Grube is even looking for Bill. Joe. 2-1. Fouled straight back.
Good thing Bill wasn't here for that. Would have fallen on the floor. That comes back about 1 billion miles an hour. It's all fun and games when it rattles around for a while. But as it's coming back here, it's a little startling.
You've started the Let's Go White Sox chant somehow. 2-2 is in. 3 balls, 2 strikes. There's Moreno, who bounced out to Lynn his first time. Will it get to him? 3-2. In the air, right-hand side. Adam Engel is in foul territory to make the catch. And that's all she wrote for a 1-2-3-4 for Lance Lynn, and the Sox are up 3. Let's go.
Thanks, guys. Andrew Vaughn is DHing tonight, and he has been somewhat prolific as a DH so far this season. He entered tonight batting .405 with 2 homers and 8 RBIs as a DH. Jason, Steve, you know DHing is not easy. Vaughn is somehow making it look easy. Back to you.
So look, there's a little known fact there, and I credit Chuck for this. You know, Andrew is 2 for 2, driven in a run. He scored a run as a designated hitter. I think Chuck probably recorded 2 of those. He was 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. You know, Andrew's really struggled as a DH, and you know, but anyway, Chuck, it looks like you were looking into the future there as Andrew gets a couple of hits and improves on that .405 batting average.
Are you accusing Chuck of hedging?
Yeah.
Andrew Vaughn's had a great season at first base. Insert whatever.
Depending on where they put him.
0-1. Harrison, first base side. There's only one guy there, but it's Biggio, and he squeezes out number 1. Time now for a message from Powering Chicago.
Whether it's lighting up Chicago or helping a neighbor in need, Powering Chicago's commitment to better construction, better careers, and better communities never quits. Powering Chicago, IBEW Local 134, NECA, Chicago.
He's Steve Stone. I'm Jason Benetti. We thank you for joining us for White Sox baseball.
One of the things the Sox hitters have to be prepared to do is swing early in the count, because Barrios throws almost 70% first pitch strikes like that.
There you go. Tim Anderson can hit the baseball.
Well, there is no doubt Biggio was well off the line. Tim, for the second time tonight, shoots it to the right side. This one by a diving Biggio, and it's a nice way to put him on base and bring up the guy who hits really well as a designated hitter. I don't know if you know that, but Andrew Vaughn has done really well in that.
I have just heard that recently.
Yeah, he's done terrific.
First pitch, sinker in for a strike. Second pitch, sinker in for a strike. I had third pitch, sinker in for a strike already. 0-1.
Tried to buzz one up and in, didn't get the job done. Third time through the order for Berrios this year has really been troublesome for him. Opponent's hitting 3 1/4. That's a big number.
Throw to first. Tim is back, or was he? Tim Anderson is out over at first base. It looked like he might have gotten back, but he is called out by Doug Eddings. Did he come off the bag? The answer is yes.
Yeah, he did come off the bag, and he wasn't prepared for the throw over there, and he got picked off. Good job by Biggio just keeping the tag on him, because when a guy comes back in standing up, sometimes his momentum carries him off the bag.
In the air, center field. Springer going back at the track. It is gone. He's really good as the DH. Chuck.
7th home run. He's now driven in 31 runs. And that one, a bomb over the center field wall. We told you that Berrios has some problems third time through. He's faced both Anderson and Vaughn third time through. They both had base hits. The 4th home run replay. It is a little slider that doesn't slide. He goes down and gets it, takes it out of the park. And early in this ball game, Andrew Vaughn is a triple shy of the cycle.
Those guys were very happy that ball left, and so was Andrews. Robert fouls this ball away right side. It is amazing what the Sox have done in recent games against Jose Berrios. He used to be a guy walk in here and you go, no thanks.
Yeah, I'm talking about, you know, to the tune of 12-2 in the early going against him. Lately, not so much for Berrios. The ERA is up there. The hits are up there. But the main thing is the Sox are under 500 at home for only one reason, and that is they haven't hit the ball at the ballpark. And when you're facing a powerful team like the Blue Jays are, you're going to have to hit home runs. That's been the story in the early going tonight, but still a long way to go in this one. Time now for the momentum changer, presented by First Midwest Bank, and it comes off the bat of Luis Robert. It's a low sinker that he hits the daylights out of. 113.3 miles an hour, 436 happy feet, and that'll change some momentum for you.
Oh, 2 in the air, right center field. Did he? No.
But he got close.
Look at you, glass half full Stone.
There you go.
You know who got real close?
Yes, indeed. Real close to hitting it into the shrubbery. It's a 6-2 Sox lead heading to the top of the 5th.
Here on the league for some news and some notes. We have both for you. Mike Trout, 4 game-winning home runs against the Mariners in the same series.
No, that's amazing. I mean, we know he's like Superman, but when he does things like that, you just have to shake your head.
Young Encarnacion, a grand slam, his first major league hit. The Marlins beat the Mets.
That's pretty impressive.
And Jack Sawinski, who grew up in the shadow of O'Hare.
He's a local product.
He's a local product. Grew up watching Sox games. 3 home runs for the Pirates. Oh, Josh Harrison! Come on now! That is an absolute outrage.
This is absolutely Josh Harrison night. This is one of the better plays you'll see because he didn't protect himself. It was a flat-out dive. He threw it right on the money. And this is highway robbery. Just a great play. Josh already has a 2-run homer to his credit in the second inning. And now this. That is pretty impressive.
Lance Lynn, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what that picture is going to serve a purpose for, the Lance Lynn picture that we just saw, but it will be a meme on the internet at some point. But Josh Harrison,
boy, he's having a great night, and that was a wonderful play. There's Lance going, yikes. He made that play. I'll tell you what, that deserves more than a high five. A high, whatever you can give him.
10 is usually the limit.
That's it?
Yeah.
Bring 2 guys over. Give him a high 20. That play deserved it.
One, 2. One hopper, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Biggio these days is pulling off the ball, trying to pull most everything, and hitting a lot of pop-ups and fly balls. Normally, if you're going to be a dead pull hitter, you really have to hit the ball hard because they're going to start shifting on you. And with 3 on the right side, unless you hit it really hard, you're going to hit it into the shift a lot. And that's exactly the way the Sox are playing him, as you can see, looking by the defense.
2-2. Up the middle, Lance is there. 2 down. We got defense for you, huh? Hey, be sure to tune in tomorrow for White Sox Charities Day, our telethon-style fundraising event. Throughout the game, you can donate to help support those in need and receive limited edition White Sox gifts. Very limited edition. To learn more, go to whitesox.com/charitiesday. Guess what we got?
Yeah, we got some shirts for you, and quite obviously, you have a choice. You have a choice of a beautiful purple shirt, or you can look like a crossing guard and wear the green shirt. I can't believe he's doing that. I'll do this. Maybe you'll fall out of the booth.
Well, there's a chance of that, that's for sure.
Anyway,
you never know.
Anyway, this is it. I mean, this is what you got.
So we're gonna have a little bit of a race here to see who sells more shirts tomorrow.
Right, and I promise not to tell him that there might be a prize in every one of these shirts, the purple ones.
There's a prize in your shirt?
No, I said there might be.
Oh, there might be?
Yeah. Stimulate sales. It's a marketing tool.
I see. I understand now. I can't believe we're going to have to call the Better Business Bureau on you and your T-shirts. It's unbelievable. They are beautiful T-shirts.
No, they are really nice, and you know, they're marked down. They used to be $79.95, and now what? They're $25. I mean, can you beat that?
I think you win.
Yo, absolutely.
You can't beat that.
You can't beat that. We'll look at it from the side. This is what Doug Eddings saw. Oh, yeah. You, me, and Bill both. We think he swung. Bill in absentia, and you and me here with shirts.
1-2. That's up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two coming. Ooh, he fouled it off his body and he crumpled down in a heap.
Yeah, that is very painful. We'll watch it again. That's off the top of his left foot. A lot of guys come away with broken bones, something like this. And you can tell by the look on his face that he's not the happiest man in the ballpark right now.
Yeah, he's still feeling that. can see the grimace threatening his face.
I think Lance wanted that one, and Ramon De Jesus said it was maybe a little down. Looked pretty good when it crossed the plate.
As a curveball pitcher, you want that.
Absolutely. Well, it had a part of the plate. I feel if it has a part of the batter's box, it should be called, but a lot of people disagree with that.
3-2. Swing and a miss. Uh-oh. Lance is back, kids. Think he wanted the previous pitch, maybe?
Yeah, this is the Lance that we know and love, certainly. Yep, that's it. Coverage camp. We got some bats. We got some gloves.
I guess we can play baseball then.
And that's one of the gloves. This is just an outstanding play, but we got more for you. We've got one of these right back at Lance. And then we have a roar. Strike three. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I got him the last time, but got him again. Struck him out twice and wanders into the dugout. And a new pitcher comes on.
I don't know why Lance, before he wants to go, wants to duck first. Maybe there's a low bridge.
Could very well be as David Phelps comes on.
Barrios 4 innings, 6 runs.
Yeah, and 9 hits. I mean, the boys certainly did massage his ERA tonight.
Ooh, close pitch. 3-0. You swinging here against this Arsenal?
I don't think so, but that four-seam fastball is at 93 almost 30% of the time, followed by the knuckle curve and the cutter almost interchangeable. Sinker and changeup, not a lot.
Strike 3-1.
Yeah, even if you're given a 3-0 green light, that's not a pitch you're going to swing at because that's right on the outside corner. Can't do much with it. You're hoping he gets a little more of the plate on this one.
Fouled away. He did get more of the plate. He's your Sox Math winner for today. It's Iowa Sox. 7 games during the homestand, 4 wins during the road trip, plus 46 for El Caballo, minus the 45 that was typically on his jersey. 29 is your winner. Iowa Sox will do the Sox Math video tomorrow. Three and 2. It's off the plate by a hair, and it's a walk for Abreu. So now we check in with our Subaru White Sox post-game live guys, Chuck, Ozzie, and Bill. No, it's Chuck and Ozzie. Oh.
Ozzie, I'll give him all the promos. He was terrific at them.
Hi, Ozzie. Oh, my goodness. Thank you, gentlemen. We look forward to the post-game shenanigans as always. Great analysis and great fun every night here on White Sox baseball and the post-game report. One ball, one strike for A.J. Pollock. Two and one.
really interesting the way they're defending him, because AJ's been pulling the ball very well, and yet they're playing him around toward right center.
I think he checked that up. Yep.
Yep. Doug Eddings said he did.
What did you think, Steve?
Well, I don't think he came close this week.
You had it all the way.
No, I wouldn't even bother appealing this. Oh, yeah. No chance. Way to go, Doug.
Gave him the verbal no, too. 3-1. AJ to right field. He got up and around it and drops in a base hit. Abreu hooks it for third, and that throw is going somewhere else than the intended target. Runners at first and third for the Sox, and this offense is really cooking.
This one is up. It might be out of the strike zone, and AJ Pollock, who's been everything lately after grounding out a couple of times to third, he dumps it into right field. You know, when you've got a great arm, you want to show it a lot, and there's no reason for Hernandez to almost airmail Chapman at third. You're not going to get Abreu. You miss your cutoff man, and so even though it's a good arm, it's the defense a little sketchy on that play.
A little bit.
Yep.
And now a meeting at the mound as the Sox. You can always want extra runs against this Toronto team.
Hey, White Sox fans, turn 2 and join the millions who are already saving by adding Xfinity Mobile to their internet. An unbeatable connection only from Xfinity. And what they're talking about now is, what are they going to do if AJ decides he's going to second base?
What are they going to do?
Oh, you have a choice. You can try to pick him off on your move to first, or you can throw through. In the case of Abreu, he's not a burner, so throwing through might be, obviously, it might be an option. Moreno has a very good arm. I just don't think that AJ is going to be running in this situation, but you got to go through all options that you have so everybody's on the same page. And sometimes what a catcher will do is fake throw to second, and he's working a pickoff play with Chapman at third. That's also an option.
Fouled away. First base side, and no play over by the net. Get to the ballpark Thursday. It's Pride Night presented by Vizzy. Celebrate with friends and family as the White Sox take on the Orioles 7:10 p.m. First 10,000 fans get a free Southside Pride t-shirt designed by illustrator Katie Lukes. To purchase tickets, scan the QR code on the screen or visit whitesox.com/summer series. Be a great night at the ballpark. The Sox and the Orioles on Thursday on Pride Night, presented by Vizzy. A night that Liam Hendriks has very close to his heart when he came to the White Sox. That was one of the first things he asked about. Very invested in Pride Night.
When the Sox answered in the affirmative, I think it helped Liam make a decision, and he and the White Sox should never look back. I mean, it's been a good marriage between a guy who you feel really comfortable at the end of the game handing the ball to, and hopefully, and he's shooting for July 1st. I mean, hopefully he can come back. He's got a very high pain tolerance. We know that. This is a tough one, but we just hope he's not lost for any length of time, because although they haven't really had to use Kelly or Graveman in a closer role, that's going to be the option until Liam gets back.
One, two. That's strike three. Dropped in a cutter. Second strikeout only for Blue Jays pitchers tonight.
The NBA draft is Thursday, but you can pick the Bulls Talk podcast anytime you want. On the latest episode, you can pick. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, somebody
pick, I know.
Loves that.
Yeah, on the latest episode, the guys talk about who the Bulls should go after with the 18th overall pick. Should they trade it? Should they package it? What exactly should they do?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I guess you can find out. Check it out now at NBCSportsChicago.com.
Almost ended up 8 lines when you finished with it.
There was some ad libs in there.
Yeah, it was. It's Good stuff. We should have Adam and Stacy on to talk about the Bulls draft by FaceTime. I've just asked if we could do that right now, and they said no.
No, not yet.
Truck. Just checking on it. 1-0. On the ground, first base side, and this will get a run home for the Sox. Big chopper brings Abreu home, and AJ to second base. So the Sox do add a run.
9th run batted in. Reese hits it high enough where there's nothing Biggio can do with it. Leadoff walks. They have a tendency to jump up and bite you.
I kind of think anytime walks have a tendency to jump up and bite you too, right?
You don't mind it so much with 2 outs. Got a little margin for error there, but leadoff walks make it really difficult because unless you can throw a double play ground ball, and there's guys that don't throw really good sinkers or don't throw a lot of ground balls, they're going to have to get 3 outs after that from the stretch with a runner on.
Next time a 2-out walk scores, I'm going to say, I told you so.
Well, okay, let's
June
see.
the 20th.
Let's see what's happened today.
Well, I said next time, not the previous time.
No, we're going. We can't live in the past.
Okay. Hey, what did we do during that Dodgers series?
So Guerrero had a 2-out walk in the 3rd. Did he score? No.
Wow.
How about that?
That was mean.
Thanks.
Wait, what? 1-2. If Chris Tannehill didn't pull that for his show tomorrow, I don't know. That was mean. Thanks.
Well, it's the least I could do.
Stephen Michael Stone. One ball and 2 strikes. It's in. It's 2-2.
Adam almost hit one out of the ballpark. That was back in the 2nd inning, but just fell at the track. Somehow Joe McEwing was able to get out of the way because he was way out of the coach's box, way up the line, and that one was pretty close to him.
Yeah, the coach's box is a suggestion.
Yeah, I mean, you can see where he is. You wouldn't expect that this one would come all that close. It's hit behind him. Yikes.
Broken bat over first and down. A splinter single in the 8th run.
And as so often happens, when you do have a leadoff walk, you score at least 2 in the inning. The bat shatters, dumps it into right field, drives home a run, his 9th.
So if we could just take the booth camera for a moment and just see the utter sly, ridiculous joy on the face of my partner after the leadoff walk and then another run scored.
Yeah, 2 runs. It's the leadoff walk is guaranteed at least 2. Sometimes.
That grin on your face?
Yeah.
It was like your first birthday present you remember. I mean, that is. Oof.
Well, look, it was a bad ending to a road trip. That was a pretty good road trip. It was a game that the Sox came back in. They couldn't quite get it done in Houston. They got in very late last night. A lot of us got to bed really late. For me, doesn't affect the broadcast at all. For these guys who actually have to play, it could have been problematic, but they came out roaring tonight.
1-1 popped up. Second base. Espinal makes the catch. Abreu's leadoff walk led to 2 runs. It's 8-2 Sox.
I love that.
Sixth inning brought to you by Mike's Hard Freeze. Let's cozy up for a White Sox lead.
That looks like the look of the young lady who would like to see her friend go to the concession stands, and he said, let's watch this a little bit longer.
We'll grab a drink.
I'll just hang around for a while.
First pitch from Lance, ball one. This is at the end of the last half inning. David Phelps walking off the diamond, and
he starts to show his hand to Daryl Boston, thinking that he's the umpire, and Daryl looks at him and goes, not me, it's the other guy.
Well, he just did it by default, right?
Yeah,
like he saw somebody dressed in black,
right?
And here you go.
Here you go. No, not me. It's that other guy dressed in black.
So immediately after he did it, you saw the face of somebody who had just given up a couple runs, by the way. Like he wasn't in for the levity of that for very long. Watch it again. Here's my hand.
No. I'm not going to congratulate you for that. He's going, wow, could it get any worse than this?
That's what it is.
I'm showing the first base coach my hand.
That is exactly that is exactly what he was thinking. This somehow just got worse.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no sooner do I walk the leadoff man than I give up 2 runs, and then I show everybody in the park that I don't have any sticky stuff.
Good catch by our friend Len Casper
during
the break, by the way.
Very nice.
Did you see what happened over at first?
Oh, wow. The man tries to do you a solid, and look what you do.
I just like to do it because his phone blows up.
You hit him with a Kermit.
That wasn't Kermit. What's wrong with Len? I'm sorry, buddy.
Oh,
it wasn't that bad of an impersonation.
I mean, he's crying. You've just torn him up. I can't believe that. You would do that to your buddy, your podcast friend.
It's true. 3-2 fouled off by Bichette. That might be the cut of the year by our director Andrew Blaustein. Now he's back in action. He's so mad right now.
Yeah, he's looking at his phone. Everybody's saying it's Jason again.
Yeah, it was. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Bichette. Right side, that's a base hit. Hey, top of the 9 o'clock hour. Why don't we get caught up? You hear the 9 chimes? So, early on, Andrew Vaughn, first inning RBI double. It was 1-0. That was a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, I mean, Tim got on with a base hit, then he drove mid, and then on Josh Harrison night, he hits a 2-run homer, makes a spectacular play after that, but not before Luis Robert just crushes one. And the boys are heating it up. Andrew Vaughn with the long ball. His solo home run in the 4th inning. And everything rolling right along. 8-2 at this point, but this is a dynamic offense for these Blue Jays.
Vlad Guerrero Jr. Strikeout and a walk. Strikeout in the 1st and a walk in the 3rd. A little bit in, 2 balls and no strikes on Vlad Jr. Lance Lynn 90 pitches to this point.
Yeah, I would say that one of the reasons why Reese is going out there is they motion from the dugout, go out, talk to him. You don't have to say much. All you got to do is stand out there as long as you possibly can, because you're allowing that bullpen to get more pitches. In this case, it's Ronaldo Lopez, who's been very good lately out of the pen.
Two 2-0 for Guerrero. It's down, and it's 3 balls and no strikes.
He walked him on 4 last time up in the 3rd inning. You believe he's probably swinging.
Remember, he beat Lance on a 3-0 pitch in Toronto last year.
I mean, look, if you got the kind of swing he has, 3-0 green light is certainly doable. I wouldn't say it's likely, but it is possible.
It's a strike, and it's 3-1. He didn't swing.
Yeah, if he had the 3-0 green light, he would have been swinging at that, because that was thigh high right down the middle.
Rocketed. I mean, crushed foul.
You know, when he was in his first year, I remember coming to the big leagues, and what struck me was not the home runs. What struck me was how hard he hit a ball foul in the seats. That was 115 miles an hour off the bat in foul territory. He did a similar thing in Toronto the first time I saw him, and I just marveled at how strong he was and how quick his hands were. And he had a pretty good idea that if he stayed healthy, he was going to be a huge force in this game.
Fouled away. So through 409 career major league games, here's the comparison between father and son Guerrero. One more home run for the little guy.
Yeah, it's truly amazing when you look at how similar the career path of both of them, well, in this case, is and was.
You want the guy on the left or the guy on the right?
Well, I'll take the guy on the right. He's younger, and the guy on the left probably is not going to turn on a fastball anymore.
He's in the Hall of Fame.
Well, true.
3-2, that misses.
Oh, that is a wonderful pitch, and Lance didn't get it for whatever reason. Ramon DeJesus, I think, is having an earful from both Lance and from Reese. This one had the whole plate. I wouldn't be surprised if Ramon says, you know what, I missed that one. That is right there. It's strike 3. I mean,
yeah,
look, that's a tough one to miss. And now Ethan Katz comes out. Lance can't believe it, but umpires don't always get everything right.
No, they don't.
Yeah, I mean,
they don't.
It's just one of those things. That happened to be one that he missed. All in all, not a bad night tonight.
We just saw Lance realize that his glove is about 2 steps away from beef jerky as well. Sox fans, get to the ballpark Friday for Lollapalooza night as the Sox take on the Orioles. One lucky row will receive Lollapalooza tickets, and don't forget to stay after the game for a post-game fireworks show presented by Lollapalooza. To purchase tickets, scan the QR code on the screen or visit whitesox.com/promos. That's going to have to reset. The frustrating part, in part, has got to be that he came back from 3-0 down to Guerrero.
Yeah, and then would have struck him out. However, he also knows he's at the 95 pitch mark. Ethan probably said, one way or the other, this is going to be your last inning. The question for Lance is now, can you take all those emotions which came forward when you thought you had struck him out with a chance to make him a strike him out, throw him out, double play? Can you get back to concentrating? Again, this is a Blue Jay lineup that has a lot of thunder in it.
Got that strike.
He did indeed.
A couple big batters in this ball game as you're talking about. Tapia next, homered in the second. One. Wave and a miss. That's an angry cutter.
Well, he's going to strike him out on another cutter here if he takes that same look but breaks it another 6 inches outside. He got him into third on a similar pitch. Let's see if he goes back there.
1-2. Line hard to left field. A.J. Pollock is not going to get there, and it rings off the top of the wall. Bichette's on his way home. Guerrero follows. Throw to the dish is not in time, and it gets away from McGuire over the top of him. The Blue Jays have made it 8-4 with still nobody out.
Lance Lynn hung one. He knew where he wanted to throw it and couldn't get it there. And Hernandez, who's been pretty hot, just crushed this ball. Then Lance was not in the position he should have been to back up, and it cost him an extra base. As you can see, it's not outside. It comes spinning on the outer third, and Hernandez hits the daylight out of it. Ball gets away, and there's going to be a play at the plate. Tim gets it in, and Lance is not behind McGuire. It goes E2.
Big round of applause for Lance Lynn. He would have rather left under different circumstances, but he still has the lead, 8-4. Got him a total of 5 strikeouts in the ball game, and in the end it was the one strikeout looking he didn't get that changed the fortune of this 6th inning.
Time now for the Lakeside Bank call to the pen. For the best lineup in banking, see Lakeside Bank at Halstead and Pershing. Great offers, your own banker, Lakeside Bank. It's about time. Ronaldo Lopez comes on for the 26th time. He's been very good out of the pen. He inherits Teoscar Hernandez 90 feet away. It's a 4-run ball game, and Tapia has really hit it well. That is the arsenal. Over 50% of the time he goes with 97-mile-an-hour fastballs.
First pitch blocked by McGuire to keep it at 8-4.
Lance is going to be happy with just about everything except what should have been a called third to Guerrero.
Flip this inning big time. Now Tapia takes upstairs. It's 2 balls, no strikes from Lopez. Tapia's career high was 9 home runs back in 2019 in Colorado. He has 22 career home runs now. This is his 3rd of this season in just 57 games.
Yeah, I really believe that he has altered his swing. Time will tell if it's successful or not, but right now he's hitting the ball probably harder than he has at any time in his career, and it's a product of just airing it out seemingly each and every swing.
Oh, you say, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he's letting it all go, and we're going to take a look at this again. I mean, that literally is right there. You'll see how much of the plate it had. It's down the middle, but Ramon De Jesus missed it, and Lance can't believe it. At the time, yeah, he wanted to take a bite out of that glove.
Swing and a miss. Tight biting slider from Lopez, and Tapia is down.
This is about as good as it gets, because that slider is perfectly positioned on the inside part of the plate. A hitter sees a strike, he identifies a fastball, especially at 89. By the time he gets it, it's not there. A perfect pitch by Ronaldo Lopez, who set him up with the high fastball and put him away with the low slider.
Slider outside for ball 1 to Espinal. Was lined out to short and grounded to third.
This is another guy who keeps on getting better. He can play a lot of different positions and plays all of them very well. And through it all, he's hit the ball well. Lining out his first time. He's tried to pull both times.
Yep, not going to do it on that pitch.
Now, that was a good hard slider, very similar to the slider that he put away Tapia. This one in a similar spot.
1 ball, 1 strike. Infield playing back in the middle, and this to shortstop will be Tim's ball, and Abreu on the back end gets the scoop.
Well, that time the footwork for Tim wasn't great, but he's just coming back after a long absence. He realized, I mean, he backed up. He's got a very strong arm, but you don't want to get in the habit of doing this. You watch him here, and he kind of flat-footed gets it across. It's in the dirt. Picked nicely by Jose on the other end. This was an in-between hop for Tim.
I think he looked up and he saw Espinal coming down the line, and he figured, I got 1 shot at this. I think he may have.
No, I mean, Espinal can run pretty well, and he drives in a run.
Strike to Chapman. 22,482 here at the ballpark tonight at Guaranteed Rate Field.
Well, so far they've been treated to quite a game with a ways to go yet.
Way behind, 98 from Lope.
Ronaldo's got a very good fastball, and now he's gotten command of that slider to go with it. If he retires Chapman, this is an unearned run, that final run that's on the board.
2. Did he? He didn't. Right now, Lance's hope is that remains a second unearned run. Outside. Crowd wanted it.
That one just missed off the outside corner.
Two and 2. Yeah, that's strike 3.
What a job by Ronaldo Lopez. It's out of the inning and a 3-run lead. Tonight's game is brought to you by Marquette Bank. Marquette Bank is Chicagoland's trusted neighborhood bank and home lender. Good for you and your community. Check out Marquette Bank at emarquettebank.com. Marquette Bank, love where you bank. A new pitcher in the ball game, and it is Trent Thornton. He's on for the 19th time. His ERA a touch over 4. Probably a few more walks than he would like. A lot of strikeouts, and right and left-hander, they don't do a great deal with him. That's what he uses. 4-seam fastball tops out a little above 93, and the slider backs it up.
Fouled away by Tim Anderson, who is 2 for 3 in his return to the lineup. For David Phelps, 1 inning, 2 hits, 2 earned runs, a walk, and a strikeout. Sox have 2 walks and 2 strikeouts in the game so far, and this is a ground ball to second. It's Espinal, and it's 1 away.
Time now for the Xfinity Mobile high-speed action. And watch it again. Andrew Vaughn. It's been a big night for him. He started out with a double. Breaks his bat, hits in the same spot, but only for a 1-base hit, which is a single in our game. And then he takes it out of the ballpark.
Just picking up the lingo.
That's a 4-base hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's a triple away from the cycle. And I'm trying to take a look at the best place for him to hit a triple. You could say down the left field line, but I think Tapia, who's very fast, would get to it. Probably the best place is left center field. Right at the Wintrust sign, just to the right of that.
Not there.
Not over his head. No, you have a hard time with that. You see the Wintrust sign You hit it just to the right of that, and then it bounds to the right of that.
So you're looking for a carom.
Oh, we need a big carom for a triple for Andrew.
It would be his first major league triple. So why I said the left field line is you can get one of those bounces off the netting.
Yeah.
And the ball could spring and sort of be slingshotted.
Like the famous Mookie Betts occurrence in right field here.
That's right.
Yeah. Mookie's got a fractured rib, I think, by the way.
He does.
Yeah. Collision. So there are a few other teams that occasionally don't communicate either. And this time it cost the Dodgers Mookie Betts. And that is a big loss for them.
Which picked up our old friend Trace Thompson.
They
today.
did.
Dodgers did.
Nice fellow, Trace Thompson.
Very nice. Rip to left. Can he?
Yeah, Tapia throws it on the net.
But look, it takes something magical. You never know.
But how about the fourth hit? That's pretty good.
Another 4-hit game for Andrew Vaughn.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Here's a slider that doesn't slide. And Andrew just hits the daylights out of it. That one wasn't that far away from Chapman, who's a magician at third. He had no chance to react, and that's the third 4-hit game in the last 18 for Andrew Vaughn.
That was a hanger, and Roberts slashes it to left. Tapia had to hold up on it. He was afraid of overrunning it or having it bounce away from him. And Luis has hit a couple of lasers tonight.
Well, that one fortunately was a sinking line drive, because normally you expect that's going to hold up. This is another breaking ball, probably a rolling curveball that doesn't break. And as you can see, right off the leg. And Tapia, who's not a great fielder, he is fast. He's able to keep it in front of him.
Trying to add on with Abreu. Strike one. The big number on the scoreboard tonight is the 12 that the Pirates have against the Cubs. The Sox have some time to get by that as Abreu grounds it to third. Chapman attacks it nicely and starts a double play. He is so good over there. He turned that into 2 by driving toward the ball.
Yeah, I mean, even though he's had offensive struggles, it hasn't hurt his defense whatsoever. Little chopper, nice play, very aggressively by Chapman, and the turnaround gone.
Sox are leading 8-5. Great night at the ballpark here at 35th and Shields. Reynaldo Lopez, first pitch, high in the sky. Reese McGuire into fair territory to make the catch. Our live odds presented by PointsBet. The opening line over 9 was -115. Now over 15.5 is -121. If you had the over of 9. Enjoy the meal that you probably decided to make more extravagant than you thought it was going to be tonight.
Yes, and I think the Sox might have been an underdog tonight. So far, they're doing pretty well. And Reynaldo Lopez has to continue to do what he's done for quite some time. I think he really found a spot for himself. Coming out of that bullpen, he can go multiple innings. He can go short. His stuff has been terrific. But the command of it has been something that has set him apart this year.
7th inning brought to you by the Illinois Department of Transportation. We've gotten a couple questions, by the way. That's a strike. including this one from Jack Benton, who says, "Hey Steve, where can we get that purple t-shirt?" I'll tell you where you can get the green t-shirt. It's whitesox.com/charity date starting tomorrow. So it's tomorrow only you can buy the t-shirt.
What was that? Repeat that one more time.
For the green shirt, whitesox.com/charity day.
And
Charity's Day, I should say. To right field, that's going to be a hit and extra bases for Cavan Biggio on 2 strikes. He goes in with a double.
He's been trying to pull just about everything, and this time he was able to do it because it's a slider. And when they don't drop all that much, left-handers love to open up and hit this one hard. He was able to do that. He's now 1 for 3.
George Springer comes up to mixed reviews. Swing and a miss.
I remember not too long ago when George came up with the Houston Astros. He was just a sensational 5-tool player. The only thing that's really been able to stop him is a lot of injuries. I mean, he's a really talented guy. Likes to hit leadoff, always puts up big numbers in the leadoff role, and can play a very good center field.
Good power in the bat.
Yeah, but he has broken down quite a few times in his career.
Two balls and a strike on Springer, who has 209 career home runs. You know, it's interesting about the injury thing you're talking about. 2016, he played every game for the Astros. Then 140 each of the next 2 years. Last year, just 78 for Toronto. Slider, 2-2.
Well, he's mad at himself, but one of the things that he's always done is he's always expanded his strike zone, especially on breaking pitches down. I mean, it's easy to say let him go. It's tough to do, especially on a hard slider that looks like a fastball most of the way. Probably would like to do that same thing once again.
Two and two from Lopez. Back to Ronaldo, and he's got a play on the rundown for Cavan Biggio. Lopez runs at him, throws to Berger, and the tag's down for out number 2. Springer was off the bag at first as well. He had rounded towards second, but Lopez gets the second out at least.
This is a lesson for all you young pitchers out there. Don't get rid of the ball too quickly. Run right at the man and make him commit one way or the other. The best thing to do is have him commit back to second base. But in lieu of that, this is a good job by Ronaldo. By the time he gets rid of it, there's no chance for Biggio to get there. And also, because it was fairly quick, no chance at all for Springer to go to second base. A fine play, well executed by the Sox defense. But the biggest mistake pitchers make is they get rid of the ball too quickly. And then a rundown starts with too many throws.
Looked like he held on to that one a little bit too long as Bichette takes ball 1. Springer runs. Good pitch to throw on, but not good enough. It did not trickle away far enough for Springer to advance further. He's got a stolen base.
That one was stolen on Ronaldo, who just didn't pay any attention to Springer. He tried it the time before. This time Ronaldo did not look back again. He didn't vary his timing, and Springer was off to the races. For Reese McGuire, zero chance to throw him out.
Two balls, no strikes. Slider got one for him, and Bichette wanted to put his bat somewhere other than his own hand.
I mean, he didn't like it, but this ball had a part of the plate. There is no doubt that is a strike. This becomes the key hitter in the game because you don't want to bring up Guerrero representing the tying run.
Foul behind him. 2-2.
Not easy to do.
He's got bat speed, Steve.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, he is a really good young player who keeps on getting better. He's got big power. And being a shortstop, that's a big plus for their ball club. You can generate power from that position. It's a really good thing for your team.
Two from Lopez. Late swing and a miss at 99. Way too late.
Hang on, Lope.
Had to protect bottom.
Yeah, bullet of a fastball.
Fundraising campaign benefiting White Sox charities. As part of the initiative, you can get your favorite White Sox players' jersey straight off their back. Raffle tickets are now available at whitesox.com/jersey raffle. Great opportunity if you're a jersey person. So the website is whitesox.com/charities day for tomorrow for our Charities Day on our TV broadcast here at NBC Sports Chicago. Shower.
It's a pretty warm night. I mean, that looks awfully good. Actually, I could use that plumber.
Really?
Yeah.
You got a situation?
Well,
no, not the. Don't put the ice cream in the shower.
That's not a good plan. The ice cream in the shower is not a good plan.
I want to know what compels you to just say, I'm going to go ahead and do this. Good job, dude.
Yeah, I mean, he can get on television with a Fighting Illini shirt.
Repeat after me. Hey, can you hold this? I'm going to go in the shower. Left side, and that's Bichette. And now a message from WebEx by Cisco.
Hello, everyone.
Whether it's from boardrooms, crowded rooms,
Claro que sí.
and soon from rooms you aren't even in, T-Mobile uses WebEx to hybrid work.
Hey, hon.
Because we make it work for everyone.
He's Steve Stone. I'm Jason Benetti. We thank you for joining us tonight. Thanks to our entire crew, our director Andrew Blaustein, our associate producer Chris Kampka, our tech manager Mark Harper, Frank Leone in audio, Frank D'Amato up here in the booth, Mike Meyer, Joe Vinci. Did I forget anybody?
Not yet.
Dave Cella.
Ooh, I remember him.
Third base. Chapman is there for out number 2. Bobby, our graphics operator.
We have to thank Bill for coming up here and helping us with the second and third innings.
Thanks to Bill. Thanks to our tape room doing these replays here.
Right. And if this was the end of the game, this would be a great salute. But we still got a while to go yet. So that line drive. So it's 2 up, 2 line drives, and 2 outs.
And producer Chris Withers as well. I knew I forgot somebody.
I remember him.
McGuire up the middle, and this does end up with Bichette. That was a quick inning. Just snuck Withers in there. Go to the 8th. Sox by 3.
It's 2 more with these very fearsome Toronto Blue Jays, and then Baltimore comes to town. Baltimore, by the way, playing some surprising baseball. They've got a pretty decent offense there. Then it's off to Anaheim, and the Los Angeles Angels provide the opposition for 3. The off day on Thursday, and then it's the Giants. And tomorrow, Kevin Gausman against Dylan Cease. Gausman, pretty good ERA, a lot of strikeouts, only 2 home runs. That splitter he throws is really good. As far as the chase rate, he is about the best in the game, and Dylan Cease will go after and try to improve his 34% whiff rate. Both pitchers very good, should be a dandy tomorrow night, and Kendall Graveman comes into this one on for the 28th time. ERA of 2.5. He's got a 3-run lead, and the middle of the order.
He's also got the ball for the first time in 7 days.
Well, hopefully he's been working, because Pensman, when they don't get the baseball in a game, they've got to try to keep their control sharp, because you know they're going to be used. It's just a question of when, and they would assume sooner rather than later.
Kendall's only thrown 2 innings twice this year. 2 full. The last time he did it was against the Yankees back on May the 14th. You could foresee a situation where if he got through the 8th inning fairly quickly, that you could think about using him for a 2nd inning.
This is a pretty tough inning. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5, Guerrero, Hernandez, Tapia, and if anybody gets on Espinal, it's some pretty good hitters in the middle of this lineup. And the Sox tonight, through Lynn and Lopez, have held them down to just 5 hits. They have 5 runs, 2 of them unearned, but a grand total of 5 hits.
1-2, Graveman to Guerrero. How difficult is that AL East, though? I mean, the Yankees won again today. They won 4-2 in Tampa Bay. Toronto could go to 12 games back with a loss. That's what would happen. And the Blue Jays came into today with the 3rd best record in the American League.
I mean, look, this is a really good Toronto team, and Boston, who, when we played them early, it looked like, boy, they would never get anything together. It looked like they couldn't hit, looked like they didn't pitch well. They had bullpen issues. In the meantime, the Red Sox now in 3rd place, 6 over 500, but 13.5 back of the Yankees. And the Yankees at 50-17.
Called strike 3, got enough of it in the bottom of the zone, and Guerrero disagrees completely.
Well, Vlad doesn't say much. This might be a direct result of one that was not called while Lance Lynn was still toiling in this one, but it certainly is close enough. It could go either way.
It was ringing the doorbell of the strike zone.
I would certainly have wanted it.
Well,
Vlad doesn't want it, but he's out.
That's a strike.
That is definitively a strike. Yeah, the Yankees at 50-17. Look, they've won 9 of their last 10. The run differential is a plus 145. And at home, ready for this? At home, where our Sox beat them 2 of 3, including a doubleheader, they're 29-7 at home in the Bronx. So they've been good everywhere, almost unbeatable at home, which makes what the Sox were able to do in that doubleheader that much more impressive.
Outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The schedule does get better for the Sox as the season wears on.
Well, the Twins, who currently reside in 1st place, 8 over 500. They still have the Yankees and Boston left, and our Sox will not see either of those 2 teams.
It's a huge series coming up starting tomorrow. 6:40 first pitch in Minneapolis. It's Cleveland and Minnesota.
The Guardians, 34-28. They've won 8 of their last 10. They're starting to play much better baseball.
Two and 2. That's a 3-game series between Cleveland and Minnesota, and then over the weekend they will leave each other. Boston will play at Cleveland, and then the Rockies will go to Minneapolis. Sox have 3 straight series before the All-Star break. 3 of 4 maybe that are Cleveland and or Minnesota. 2-2 line to center. Hernandez on base for the 3rd time. He's on his way to second, and he does have a double.
We'll take another look at it. That looks like a slider that didn't slide. Hernandez hits it off the end of the bat. And we'll watch Luis as he glides to the ball. And while he's gliding, Hernandez is running full out. And he shouldn't have had a double here. You got to be able to bust it each and every play because this is still a close game. And credit Hernandez for taking a look at a lapse and taking advantage of it.
Now, even though Toppy is pretty quick, there is no double play in order. Not that you were going to get it necessarily anyway, but now you got a runner in scoring position. Ball to strike. That bottom part of the zone is getting a little bit lower now. Tapia threatening to roll his eyes.
I thought the pitch looked pretty good.
You did?
I think they all look good.
Well, I know, yeah. It's like in the cartoons when you just see food instead of whoever the main character is. To left field on a line. A.J. Pollock going back, and he is going to make the play. For out number 2, Hernandez can't move. And now this. Join us at Guaranteed Rate Field Saturday. The Sox take on the O's 1:10 p.m. and the first 20,000 fans receive an Eloy Jimenez and Luis Robert bobblehead presented by NBC Sports Chicago. To purchase tickets, scan the QR code on the screen or visit whitesox.com/promos. Good timing with Eloy's rehab starting back up and him DHing in AAA. Charlotte will be at Worcester tomorrow. The AAA Red Sox. Second base. Harrison throws him out. Espinal finished, and so are the Blue Jays in the 8th. It's the Sox by
3. Jordan Beckham, he's back with Chuck. Join them for White Sox pregame live before the Sox and Blue Jays face off for Game 2 of this series. Coverage starts at 6:30 right here on NBC Sports Chicago. And we get a new pitcher in the ball game. It is Matt Gage on for the 5th time. ERA is good. It's been in limited action, of course, just 5 innings. As the Sox look to get a little more comfortable in this one. It seemed pretty comfortable at 8-2, but you can never really relax with this Blue Jay team. I mean, this is a fearsome offense. They bring it just about each and every night, and that's what Matt Gage is going to use. That four-seamer, just about 50% of the time, the cutter backs it up. So he's, for the most part, a power pitcher with a fastball that is not overpowering with his stuff.
Matt Gage is an interesting guy who's been all over the baseball landscape. He made it to AAA with the Giants out of college at Siena 5 years into his career, then ended up with the Mets in AAA. He went to the Atlantic League, which was independent at the time, with the Sugarland Skeeters. He was in Mexico playing ball there in Mazatlan for a couple of seasons, then made it back with Toronto in AAA, and now in the big leagues for the first time. I have never met Matt Gage, but based on his bio on the Siena College website, I would love to meet and talk to Matt Gage based on a couple of his answers to a survey they gave to him. He was asked if I could meet anyone, it would be. His answer was the Wizard of Oz.
Well, that's pretty good.
He was asked if I was stuck on a deserted island, the one thing I would bring.
The Wizard of Oz.
One single pineapple.
Yeah, that wouldn't be so good. You run out of pineapple real quickly.
You would. Yes. Check swing on a ball low. When I'm not playing baseball, you can find me. His answer, making snow angels.
In New Mexico?
Sienna in New York. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then he was asked if I could have any pet, I would have, his answer, a brown bear.
They make good pets. Right up until they eat the family.
Yeah, easy to fit in your ranch style home.
Yeah.
This porridge is too cold.
Well,
did you just groan?
No,
you audibly groan?
I was just thinking about having a brown bear as a pet. And I'm an animal guy.
You are.
Yeah, that'd make a tough pet.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Fastball. One down. Let's go to the studio, see what's coming up on Subaru White Sox Post Game Live. Chuck and Ozzie, guys. So sorry, Chuck. So sorry. First pitch, a strike to Josh Harrison. We need to get Ozzie a shirt that says "so sorry" on it.
Hey, it's his pick to click. Andrew Vaughn, the wise pick.
High pop up, back of home, and caught. Moreno ends up down on the deck, but he made the catch. Spend your summer at the ballpark. Miller Lite bleachers and brews. One ticket, 2 beers starting at $27. You gotta be 21 and over with a valid ID. Scan that QR code right there to purchase. Two down for Tim Anderson, trying to get the line moving to Andrew Vaughn again. Tim 2 for 4 in his return to the lineup.
Gage has a most unusual motion, and so that fastball probably looks a little bit harder than it really is, especially when it's upstairs. He's kind of a short armor who throws over the top, but gives you a little different look at it.
That grazed the bat.
Yeah, it did. It's a foul ball. Tim tries to get the bat out of the way, but is unable to do so.
0-2. Does he have 2 different color shoes, by the way? 2 different color logos on his shoe? One side's blue and one side's red on each of them. So the inside is blue and the outside is red.
Way to go, Colombo.
I'm telling you, something's fishy here. Can't put my finger on it. Those colors aren't the same.
Just one more thing. Just
0-2. Half swing, ground ball to first. Poor Andrew Blaustein got sucked into that too as our director. Poor guy. 8-5.
Get up. Come on.
Oh boy.
Get up. Get up and out of here.
He's really good as the DH. Bill and the Sox with an 8-5 lead here in the ninth.
And we got a new pitcher in the ball game. On for the save is Joe Kelly. He's on for the 9th time. Don't be deceived by that ERA. He started out, it was very difficult coming back from injury. He's back from injury again and now throwing the ball pretty well. That fastball almost 98 miles an hour on the sinker. The knuckle curve also with great velocity. So he is truly a power pitcher.
He's facing the bottom third of the order here, starting with Chapman. 7, 8, and 9 for Toronto, as Joe Kelly looks for save number 6 of his major league career.
At this point, you just have to throw some strikes, because each guy you don't get of the bottom three, you roll over to some guys that can really hurt you, with Springer, Bichette, and Guerrero, along with Hernandez 1 through 4.
Hesitation and a strike. 1-1 from Joe Kelly. He got his first major league save back in 2018 with the Red Sox. Two and one. Top of the zone or so. 2-2.
Yeah, I think Chapman thought this might have been a touch high, and I actually believe that he's got a point.
Two. Swing and a miss. Messed with the timing. Got himself a strikeout. One gone.
Joe gave him the old hesitation pitch. In fact, a couple of times. He's going. No. He's going. No. Yeah, there it is. See you later.
It was like the climb to the top of a roller coaster before you go back downhill.
He's been looking at Johnny Cueto. It works very well for Johnny. It worked very well for Joe.
One down. Moreno. Ball one. Now 8 for 22 in his major league career. Clean delivery, sinker for a strike. 1-1.
I thought we'd get a look at Alejandro Kirk, and still might. I mean, what he did in Toronto in that series, he looked like nobody was going to get him out. He is 50% of their catching core.
Low to the ground, powerful bat. This to center field, does get down. And no need for Moreno to go for second base. Although that wouldn't have been bad for the Sox if he tried.
No, but that, you would think, because the Blue Jays have done that a couple of times, that would be in the scouting report. Run as hard as you can if that ball is hit anywhere in the neighborhood of center field until they stop you. And that time, I mean, you got a catcher going out taking about a 20-25 foot turn around first base.
Cavan Biggio. Each team is playing tonight with a four-man bench offensively, because today the rule went into effect that you can have no more than 13 pitchers on your roster at a time. So each team around Major League Baseball is playing with one fewer pitcher today, if they in fact had 14 yesterday. Strike 1-1.
Tomorrow, when we have some time, we can get into the idea of why baseball saw it necessary to limit each team to 13 pitchers.
But we have a moment to tell you now that it will grow as of September 1st back to 13. 1-2. We can also have a discussion about whether or not you believe. This is all for tomorrow.
I do. I believe it.
But you always believe. If you believe that maybe a limit of 12 on the pitcher number would be good for baseball, you think it'll.
I will ponder that as we go into the evening. I'd like to ponder it sooner rather than later. Let's get a couple of outs and we can start to ponder.
Joe's doing some pondering. He shook 3 times.
Well, he might have liked the pitch, but not the location, because that could certainly be a factor.
He's using PitchCom now, so if you're wondering why Joe Kelly's not wearing his glasses anymore, it's because he decided to go to PitchCom, and so he doesn't need the glasses nearly as much because he doesn't need to see the signs.
Note to self: put PitchCom in glasses.
Ooh. 1-2 up and out. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That could be a whole new industry.
You're like Steve Martin and the Jerk. You're going to have the OptiGrab with PitchCom.
Bill Blazejowski in Night Shift. Note to self:
I missed that one.
feed the mayonnaise to the tuna.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Hard hit to right field. Angle back. It is gone. And the Blue Jays have a home run from Biggio. It's 8-7 in the 9th inning.
That's the first home run of the year. And Kevin Biggio has a double and a home run. He's now driven in 8. But our 4th home run replay is a fastball literally right down the middle. And that is a no-doubter as that leaves the ballpark. And this has suddenly become a 1-run game. And now you do have to go to the top of the order, as this relentless Blue Jay offense can strike early, can strike late, and I don't think they ever give up on a ball game, regardless of how far back they are.
You heard their dugout. Now Springer and Bichette, the challengers for Joe Kelly. Nice breaking ball. Up the middle. Harrison ranging and drops it in. 2 down.
Well, this is going a great ways to being Josh Harrison night. He's hit a 2-run homer, but it's been a couple of plays on defense that have been sparkling. I mean, this is ranging far to his right. He's already on the third base side of second, going away from the throw, and he cuts down Springer. We know how fast he is. And this could turn out to be a game saver before all is said and done.
Joe says thank you with a smile. Bichette on the ground, right side. Harrison scoops, and the Sox win. 8-7, the final score.
Well, there's a lot of heroes tonight. You can pretty much give one of those game balls to Josh Harrison. He was just outstanding with the glove. The 2-run homer was icing on the cake. And at the end, the boys just hang on to win a very big ball game against a good Toronto team who swept the series in Toronto, but lose the first game of the series here.
Good luck for the Sox here at home. Tim Anderson comes back. Andrew Vaughn has 4 hits, and this is a fun one tonight, Steve.
It certainly was, and it started out where you'd think, you know what, maybe it's not going to be quite what you'd like it to be. Then Andrew Vaughn had a huge night tonight. He just kept hitting the baseball all over. A lot of heroes on this team. Luis Robert, a 2-run homer in the 3rd inning, and another hit to go with it. But at the end of the day, it was the man who started at second base that helped turn this game around.
Good win for the Sox. 1 game below 500. See you tomorrow.
I'll be here. Long turnaround. Get your rest anyway.
You too. We say farewell for our producer Chris Withers, our director Andrew Blaustein, our associate producer Chris Kamka, our tech manager Mark Harper, our entire wonderful crew. Joe Grube up here in the booth. For Steve Stone, for Bill Heilenbach, I'm Jason Benetti. We go to the studio for Subaru White Sox post game live.
Thanks, Bill.
Thanks, Bill. Chuck and Ozzie, it's yours.